Today's guest is Stephen Guy, a skilled mechanic and imagined automaton creator whose work brings engineering and artistry together in unexpected ways. With a background in precision mechanics and a passion for storytelling through movement, Stephen designs and builds intricate kinetic sculptures that feel almost alive. His creations celebrate curiosity, craftsmanship, and the playful side of engineering. This is going to be a little bit different though. Yes, he's an extremely talented artist, but we're not going to discuss that today. We have a newly found passion from way back when. We were both motorcycle couriers. So we decided to have a chat about it. So please listen to our days of whizzing around London, dropping off important letters. So this is It's Art. At the end of the day, courier special. In the last 2.5 years, I've opened up so much.
It is a community in the sense of meeting people, chatting.
And because I envisaged coming here, sitting in the corner here, doing my work, going on. Use it as an office more than anything else. But I got talking to Chris, Ned above, Colin, speak. I mean, we hardly spoke, but you're around. We've spoken when we had the Christmas things and that.
No, I mean that's always been one of the kind of points of having a studio.
Yeah.
In a way,
I have found I've kind of been pulled into the art world. Not wanting to be, I don't know what I wanted to be. I'll give up the office job and thought I'm going to do this, see what happens. If it don't work, you can go back.
No, I feel I've been pulled into the art world because what I was doing was never part of the art world.
Yeah.
But it's like being here for 10 years. It's
it's another family, another community, isn't it? It's not what I would normally have done.
Well, yeah, often reader actually.
You know, it's just.
I'm more mechanically minded.
Yeah, I'm half and half about. Yeah, but so
Studio.
Thank you. Yeah, it's all right. Yeah, it's.
Because from the outside it looks kind of more exposed, but actually you've got a good enclosed space.
Yeah, I'm sort of on my own here a little bit. Yeah. You know, it's quite nice here.
It's a good sized space.
Yeah.
How much are you paying for this?
300.
Yeah. And I'm just thinking how that compares because I've got this. That's 570. I guess. I've got a bit more space. I mean, I think they are all the same price. I mean, just based on square
footage in it. Yeah.
But yours feels bigger. I think it's strange because mine is pretty smaller ones.
You're long ways, aren't you? Kind of, aren't you? Because I was looking over there. I was looking at initially. I came to look at that where John is, but he was here and he moved there.
Oh, he was there.
He was here, yeah, and I was a little bit disappointed because I wanted the windows.
Yeah,
I wanted the natural light.
I'd say even.
But then there was 2 upstairs near Ned that was going, but a lady wanted both, so I was like, seemed to be like, I can't. That's gone. That she wants that, and then I come down. I went, I'll have this, and then I've kind of made it my own.
Now it's growing.
Yeah. I've got plenty of storage space.
I think the other thing anyway though is you can just get a studio and then you just wait until the one that you want comes up.
Yeah. But
and you can be first in line.
Yeah, I've made it my own now, and I'm settled in here, and I love it down here.
Great.
It's just.
It is very great. There is a.
I'm trying to come. Yeah. Yeah. I like this is a home from home kind of thing. That's what. Although it's like my workplace, I want it comfortable. I want it to be out there. And sometimes I've come down and I've got nothing to do, but I just come down here. Just to have the peace, because I find it tranquil around here. Although you've got the plains above, I find it very peaceful.
Yeah, no, I mean for me, I've got quite a lot on, but sometimes when I'm at home, it's just basically a breath of air.
Yeah.
Great ride.
Yeah.
I can go to the studio, have a nice cup of coffee.
Exactly that. Yeah, no, it's lovely. Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'll say one back.
I just found it strange how. Obviously, we met before, seen before, and chatted before, but how we got onto? Can you remember how we got onto the subject?
Well, it was. I mean, it was standing in the gallery in King's Road, and just doing the.
It just come up, didn't it? It just we both went. Oh yeah, I used to do that.
No, I think you said something like, I don't know, maybe we were just talking about finding a studio or something. I mean, in the sense of then
possibly, I can't remember how we.
You were dispatcher,
yeah. It's just.
And
but again, when we were just saying about community and family, I found that you had a camaraderie with other bikers the firms. It was like a kind of family. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
It was.
It's a waste.
Oh yeah.
Of a motorway. Well, well, mind you, that tended to only be for us. It was only the same company. I know.
Yeah, no.
Unless you're really out in the sticks.
But I nod at bikers now. I don't get much nodding back, but I still nod when I see someone. I'm like this a lot of the time, nodding away. But some nod back. But it was, I'd done it. When did I start? I was 18. So it was 84. 86 I started it. Because I got my bike licence, worked for a firm, and then I thought, no, I need to earn more money than this. And it was my partner back then. She used to work in an office and constantly had dispatch riders coming in, and the subject come up, oh, is there any work? And hence I started doing the job. And loved it. Fell in love with it straight away. I think it's a combination. If you're a biker, you're on your bike all the time. So that's doing something you love kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I wished I'd had a camera back in the day.
Yeah.
I would have documented all that. I've done it for 8 years, and I would have documented it all. All the amazing, strange things that used to go on.
Yeah.
Because I was young, and at first I didn't know nothing too much about.
And also to get photos of the other riders.
Yeah.
Because I realised, apart from my one friend Keith, who I did the own bit for, all the other, and it was mostly blokes. I can't remember now. There must have been one or two women. But actually,
I think
basically
it was mostly men.
Apart from in the office, because the not the controllers, but the telephonists.
Yeah. The little firm I was with, Orient Express, they're out of Romford, and it was all men. Oh no, I think the guy's wife used to be in there from time to time.
All right, I mean Delta was quite a big out.
Yeah, we was there.
I think it was the biggest one. I mean, they had several controllers, but it was actually the girls in the office that would often organise some of the socials.
Yeah.
And now I remember one called Carol. It was a hoot.
Yeah.
And she just suddenly say over the radio, "Okay, we're meeting tonight at certain." And that would also be out of hours as well. We had a really good group of friends actually.
Yeah.
And we used to kind of knock around together. Not just after work, but at weekends.
Yeah.
Or just in the evenings, everyone's gone home and then somebody.
That's what it was a unit, wasn't it? It was like, you got made friends through it, and it was just all about bikes.
It was.
That's all you used to talk about. Because you used to like.
Well, it was about bikes, but it was also the other one. I mean, which if anyone in the group is not a dispatch rider, was this bored stiff bike. I had a West One to a West One. Yeah.
Yeah, you used to go, this is listen to what I picked up the other day. It's almost like that cabbie thing, isn't it?
Well, I had this brilliant one. I was in sort of E16, and then coming back, I picked up in sort of E5, E1, EC1, and then that went on to West One out the other end.
You're just saying that just brings it all back.
Because I know before we were talking about whether or not you paid cash, because Delta was really good because they had cash jobs and account jobs, but we were allowed to just keep the cash jobs. Yeah, they didn't even take any. They didn't take a percentage of it.
No, we used to have to.
Yours in the pocket.
We had to hand the cash in. Yeah, unfortunately.
And so obviously, when you're kind of waiting on your radio, you really wanted the cash jobs. But they could build up so quick. That's £3. You do 10 of those, and it was like I got 30 quid in my wallet.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, because
to keep.
Yeah. Oh no.
And also, I can't remember.
Yeah. That went in the skyrocket. Yeah.
But it was.
It was a good amount of money for the time and the age, because I was 18, and my firm was in Romford, so they charged. You got $7.50 for a West One. From Romford to West One, and I think an EC was a £5, and then so on downwards. So you picked up a couple of West Ones on the way in, and maybe one or two others, and you're done.
Taking 25 quid just on the one journey.
What's it? An hour.
Yeah.
By the time you stop and drop, and then if you was lucky on the way out, you was earning a good bit of money.
There were also, of course, we mustn't forget the downsides.
Oh yeah, the falling off and the swings breaking.
Yeah, I guess I wasn't going to say the fallings off. Although I have to say I was quite lucky because I never did fall off. No. I was going to say when you got bad jobs.
Oh yeah, there's always yeah.
And there could be long periods of waiting. Although actually, in thinking about it, they weren't that long. They weren't really that. It wasn't like I read about the current moped riders on doing food. Where you kind of read about these guys and they're just saying we each journey, okay, you earn a little bit, but there's so much waiting around.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not an atmosphere I remember.
Because I went up to take something to a friend went to do a podcast in Battersea. Unfortunately, I had trouble technology-wise. So I'm coming from here to Battersea. And all I kept having was those Uber Eats and that around me. They are nutters. In fact, I had one, we're turning left at Vauxhall Bridge. He was trying to get in front of me, and I could touch him, because I got hold of him. He had handlebar muffs. And I went, F off, because he was that close. And he's looking at me as if to say, like, what? I'm going, go away. You're too close to me. But I think they have to be like that, because they only do like £2 a job or £1.30 a job or something like that, I believe. They don't get paid a lot per job.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure that it really speeds things up for them. Actually, I think it's a state of mind.
Yeah, they will not stop.
Yeah, I just think that's actually not necessary.
No, I don't think so.
I think the efficiency really is actually just knowing the quickest route. They're sat navs now.
Yeah, we had maps.
Sat nav doesn't necessarily give you the quickest route.
No.
So it's just knowing your routes.
Yeah, I don't think they do though, do they? I think that's all they do is look at that. Whereas we kind of had to. We were kind of like the cabs. We really wasn't. We was like a black taxi. We knew where we were going.
Well, I remember one company I applied to. It might have been Delta as well. They did ask some rudimentary questions.
Yeah.
About routes.
Yeah, that's good.
Soho, that was always a good one.
Yeah.
Which Wardour Street? Which way does that go?
Oh, yeah, what? I still loved riding up there. I like I say, when I was doing that up the Battersea, I was moaning my head off about it all, but I was grinning because I loved it. I love it up there. I can't help it. Like, and yeah, Wardour Street off of Shaftesbury, all the way up.
You get to know them, and
yeah,
and the old A to Zs that we relied on. I mean, it did have all the arrows.
Yeah.
Up until the most recent point. If they did change it recently,
I haven't looked at or bought an A to Z for years. But yeah, I had the A to Z of London. Then I made myself a box up of every time I went out of London, say right out Hemel Hempstead or wherever, I bought a local one. So I used to have a box of local stuff for wherever I went. Never used it again. We used it once.
But did you? I mean, with the A to Z, did you buy the big Bible one?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the big.
Yeah, and then I had the fold out for regional.
But yeah. Now I recognise that. Mine, of course, had the Bible A to Z. I mean, that did have some town centres.
It did, yeah.
But I've still got my one.
Oh wow, yeah, mate, that needs to be framed and put up on a wall.
Well, I try to use it. I still use it. Well, I don't. Well, if I'm, I don't use it for driving, but if I'm out walking, and going somewhere, then I've cut the page out.
Yeah. Why not? Yeah. The art of map reading has gone.
But the thing is, you can, with an A4 sheet, it's like you're talking about a big open up map, but just with an A4 sheet, you just get a much better sense of where you're walking than you do on a small screen.
I think so.
So I'm on walking group. And so everybody else is kind of looking at their screen and, trying to open it up. And I can just look at my A4, or the two sets of A4, of the area.
Yeah.
And then, of course, I find everybody else crowds round. Because we're here, it's there, and that's that.
It's a lot more interesting, isn't it? It's than your phone telling you where to go.
Well, I'm a bit alarmed at people's lack of interest in the route geography of where they're actually going when they just put in a postcode.
But when you're walking along, I don't know whether I've still got that on my head. I know where I'm going. But the amount of people that walk up to me and go, get their phone and go, I'm looking for such and such a road. Their phone's there with it, and they're going, I'm lost. And you go, how can you be lost? You're here, turn it down there, and it.
Some people actually do have a sort of dyslexia with maps.
Yeah.
Which very
Yeah.
close to applying to the phone. And they can't. I can see that they can't.
They don't. Sometimes they don't update quick enough. If you turn, it still thinks you're going that way. It takes a little.
There's that as well. But I'm thinking just in terms of a fixed point. You know, if you look at a map, and it's not so much north, south, east, but it's like, okay, I'm standing here.
Spatial awareness, isn't it?
I can't quite understand quite how I'm looking, and I can see that in other people. Was never any good at. Actually, in a sense, was that actually? I mean, I can read maps very well. I was
going to say, you must have a good sense of direction.
Well, yeah, no, I was going to say, because for me, if somebody asked me a direction, including when I was a dispatch rider, and I can picture it, the street. But what I was never very, very good and still not very good at doing is just somebody's instantly saying, "How do I get somewhere?" And I've got to kind of work through. Okay, I'm in my brain, because I know where the street is. But I just can't.
Yeah.
But with a map,
you can't tell someone how to get there, but you could get there within minutes. Yeah.
But with a map, I love that. I've never had any problems with finding myself on a map. So I can look at a map, and in fact, I still do it. I do an exercise. Because if I'm going somewhere that I haven't been before, rather than rely on the phone, I do actually study the map on the screen of where I'm going. Partly, I try to just memorise it.
Yeah.
And the other thing I'll do a little sketch. So when I say get out of a station or off a motorway link if I'm driving, I've just got it up here.
Yeah.
And I can more or less then memorise it, having sketched it. And I just think it's a really good exercise for your brain.
Yeah.
And I just find it a bit satisfying. I mean, I did go somewhere once to a school with a friend of mine, and he said, "Oh, you've been to this school before?" I said, "No, I've just memorised from the point of coming off the motorway." Yeah. And I was able to do that.
Yeah, I think that will stay with you. I mean, it's like when I picked up that bike, it was in Blackpool, so I trained it up to Blackpool, and there weren't no phone to hold on there. There was nothing for me. And I thought, it was weirdly, because I thought, am I going to get home from here? I got on it and just rode, and I just drove home. Nothing. No sat-nav, no map. I got home. And I naturally followed, I need to go to the A56 towards get on the M50 rod, whatever, come down to the M1. I knew where I was going, but I doubted myself going up there going, what am I going to do without my sat-nav? But I got home fine without nothing.
I suppose the journey going back is complicated.
I just read the signs. Just kind of, most of it always points to a motorway. Like most of it was A road, so it pointed to a motorway. So you just go right on that motorway, go south. It'll say south or north. Most big motorways. So I live in the south. I head that way, and it was fine.
But I do love those memories though.
Oh, yes.
Of the Bible A to Z. Kind of putting it on the top box.
Yeah.
You just get it, open it up on the top box, and then you kind of go through the thing. This way.
Yeah, because it goes up, and then it goes. It tells you page number 50. So you go to page. It's just. I found it romantic.
Oh yeah.
It was.
And then think when you're out of radio range. Oh. Find a phone box that works. Although I suppose they tend to work a bit more when you're out.
Yeah.
They weren't as vandalised outside.
But and also, if you didn't know an area, most of the times I went to a petrol station. It wasn't a petrol station; it was a post office, somewhere that you'd hope that knew where you was looking for. If it was way out of town.
Yeah.
But yeah, you got on, and I think that was it. You was left on your own, doing what you had to do.
Yeah.
Completely, almost exploring the UK in a way.
Oh yeah,
because you just got on your bike, literally. Boom! I'm going to deliver this letter, certain address.
And for the most part, on those really long journeys, for the most part, you could take your time. Meaning that you didn't have to worry about getting there possibly as quickly as you can, because there was another pickup. Because basically you just get there.
Yeah.
Generally,
the long jobs. Yeah.
I mean, that wasn't always the case. I can remember. Yeah, I mean, some quite remarkable pickups. Like going out as far as say Bristol.
Yeah.
And then actually getting one coming back again from.
Oh wow! Yeah, nice.
They happened.
That was rare, though, wasn't it? Yeah, but that was nice. That covers your money both ends.
Oh, that was a week. That was a lot of money actually.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, do you always want a job back if you can get one, even if it's halfway down?
I remember the longest job I got, which actually I did because I did work in I think it was the last year that I did this. That's right, because I was at college. That's right, and I worked for yet another company, which was a tiny little outfit, just down the road from where I was living in Borough. Yeah. So I had this really good arrangement where where the controller knew that I was working at home, more or less, to do college work at home, and if they got a long job, because I had a motorbike, and most of their couriers were push bikes, so there was
I was just about to say that you started on a push bike, didn't you?
No, I started with a motorbike.
Oh, you did.
But then towards the end, I went on to push bikes.
Oh no, good God, no.
But it was for this very small company.
Yeah.
But they had some really good. They had some really good clients. There was one really good one, which was a city outfit, and it was just every day they had what we actually called a round, like a newspaper round, but they had stuff delivered to it was about a dozen different points around it. And it paid really once you learned the route and you learned exactly where all the drop-offs are, you could do it really quite quickly. So that was quite a lucrative one. But towards the end of my dispatching career, I'd given up the push bike, and then I just had a motorbike parked, ready to go. I was all ready to rush out if that phone rang to say, look, we got a pickup, and it worked really well. So I got a lot of quite good long jobs on that.
Yeah.
But what I then started to realise was actually it'd be much quicker and not much more expensive just to take the train. So they had a regular one that went up to I think it was Manchester or Newcastle. But anyway, I worked out all the train times for that, and it was just brilliant.
Yeah.
I could just get the motorbike up to the station.
Yeah.
Get the train up to Manchester, I think it was Newcastle. No, it was Leeds. It was Leeds, that's right, it was Leeds. And I could then, the train would take me up there, and I then had about 15 minutes, drop the thing off, and get back on the same train.
Wow.
And it paid, it well covered the cost of the train fare. And it was brilliant to sit on the train. I just read it.
Wow, that's the way to do it, yeah.
So kind of my end of the motorcycle years, as it were, was sort of to some extent the train years. Just taking the CX just up to what I've been used to. I think.
Bless it. Yeah. Bless it. Talk about CX. Where is it? I've got my little book of me past bikes.
Have a look.
Where is it? There's my two dispatch hacks. There's a CX, and then I ended up with a VF1000. That was lethal.
The VF?
That was dangerous, that thing. In fact, I was coming around Trafalgar's Westminster, and I wheel spin it because it was slightly damp, and there was a police officer in the middle, and he was pointing at his watch going, take your time. Because I was giving the bike was going sideways because I was giving it, and he's gone slow down kind of thing. But yeah, that's why they're in a state like that. But that went on for ages. Although I can't remember the manufacturer of the fairing, but so whoever had it before me wanted to turn it into like a silver wing.
Yeah, because that's not an original seat.
No, that was a King and Queen seat. I put that one on.
That's called King and Queen seat.
Yeah. But the old top loading panniers.
Yeah.
But that worked so hard, that bike.
How many miles did you do on it?
Oh God, no. Well, I was doing 1,000.
Did it go around the clock?
Not quite with me, but I was doing a good 1,000 to 1,200 a month. I was easily doing 250 a day.
Yeah.
200 a day, possibly.
No, I had the glorious time of it. The clock going back to zero.
Nice. Yeah.
The amazing thing about the CX also, I sold it for just about the same price I bought it for.
Oh, that's good.
Even though it's been round the clock.
Yeah, I mean, I just said then 1,000 a month. No, it would have been 1,000 a week. We did some mileage.
Yeah.
Even though a lot of it was city work and that, you did a hell of a lot of mileage. Yeah, I was filling up daily.
Well, 100. I mean, I did. I bought that bike with. I don't remember exactly. It was relatively low mileage. I don't know, say 20,000.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I did at least 80,000 miles, 3 or 4 years that I was dispatching on it. And
the old CX, that was the one, wasn't it? Everybody who was a decent dispatcher had a CX because they were workhorses.
They were a fantastic bike. It actually never broke down.
No.
Well, I say it never broke down. I mean, I had to replace the dynamo twice, which was a bit fiddly because you had to take off the front of the. Yeah, you had to.
They were a little bit of a nightmare to work on.
Yeah, I mean, it was the inaccessibility of
Yeah.
the dynamo, and clearly it couldn't have been that good a quality, because I'm sure I shouldn't have.
But it was shaft drive, wasn't it?
Shaft drive,
No chain nut
problems, water cooled, liquid cooled.
Loved them.
No, and it did. It was.
Oh no, I just never seemed to.
That's right. No, then of course, no. Then in terms of maintenance, no, that's right. There was always quite a lot of trips to renew tyres.
Yeah, went through some tyres. Yeah, always there seemed to be the back tyre went through more than the front.
Yeah.
I think because you was putting the power down and going.
The power down.
But I mean, to like change the spark plugs, they're there. It's like a 10-minute job.
Yeah, the spark
plugs. I think
of course, in those days, you used to clean them, didn't you?
Yeah, clean them, whack it back. I think the air fit was under the seat. The oil fit was right there because there's nothing. It's open.
That's it, and you have to top up the water.
Yeah.
Basically, well, I can't particularly remember doing that. Mind you, there's a lot of things I can't particularly remember. That's right, and then with my one, you haven't got leg shields on yours. On mine, out of plywood, I made some.
Some leg shields. Nice, we've done the job.
Which, they were great. They also rotted surprisingly quickly. I mean, the wood.
Yeah.
So I had to do a bit of, fiberglassing on them at some point. That's right. And then I had I didn't have a fairing. I had three, and the handlebar muffs.
Yeah.
You had to have those.
I ended up putting a radio on that with speakers and everything just for the boredom. Yeah. An old cassette radio. Cheap thing out.
Did you get looking at your bike? I mean, the company you worked for didn't have.
No,
they didn't supply panniers.
No. It was just a small, like 2-people outfit. They had the bag. Yeah, that's my old pan-European. I love that as well. I dispatched on that the second time.
No, I love the way you done a whole book.
Yeah, I just
so far.
Yeah, I mean, started on a little Honda moped and then graduated to a 250 car. Yeah, that I smashed up. Someone pulled out Stratford out of Campbell Road, or just on Bow Road there, pulled out in front of me, and I launched into the side of it. Had amnesia and everything with that one. I went over the bonnet. I love that bike. That was my first, because I learnt on the moped. That I just then bought that and learnt how to do manual. But that done some mileage as well.
I learned on a 650 with a sidecar.
Oh yeah. Different though, isn't it? It's different to going solo.
It was, but you could do it.
Yeah, yeah, because you have to steer, don't you? I've never driven or ridden a sidecar. You have to literally steer, don't you?
Yeah, it's completely different. And there are these sort of legendary stories of people who've never driven with a sidecar.
Yeah.
And they can't actually turn, and they end up by driving full wall.
It's probably that odd.
It's different. There's no leaning, because you just naturally want to go that way. But I mean, I'd love having a side. I'd love to have a bike with a sidecar. Yeah. But again, I probably wouldn't, at least not living in the city. You just get stuck in the traffic.
Yeah.
Stuck in the traffic with a car.
I can't stand it. I really don't like driving. I dislike driving a car. I just can't help it. I just sit there and I feel, one, I'm trapped in, and two, I feel like more of a sitting duck than on a motorbike, because you're in front all the time.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my second go when I used my pan-European. All the stuff.
The other thing with the CX, I always thought it was quite a high bike.
It was.
I always felt that actually you get a good view from that.
Yeah, it was a proper sit up.
Yeah, and you get a much better view than you get.
It was just made for that kind of thing, wasn't it? It was just made for it. It's a little stint with a VFR. Well, I love her that. I got so used to the pan-European being as it was, like again, sit up and the mod cons of a big fairing and that I can't help but having a tourer now. Having a sports bike is not good for me. It's just, plus it's a bit too quick. I can't help the going a little bit. Yeah, that's my son on my son on that now. He's now 21 and 6 foot tall. But it's. I don't think, like we said a little earlier, you never not be this is when I was a bus driver. I parked it.
You were a bus driver?
I was a bus driver at one point, and I parked that on the by the buses to get a quick getaway, and the guys wrapped it in the till roll. But I was absolutely livid. I hit the roof because someone touching my bike. One thing, and I just sat on it to go like it was. And they were going, don't ride it, you'll get trapped in the bike, don't ride it. I'm going, no, you've done that, I'm off on it like that. Just, they've never done anything to my bike again.
I remember when I was a postman, one of the very young kids who was working there. They did a joke of this older postman who was a bit of a pain. He's on his bike. They took the pedal off, put it back around the wrong way. And when he put all his bike ready to go out, and it's like a pedal, and he just absolutely exploded in rage.
Yeah. Well, you touch a person's bike.
Yeah, no.
It's the worst thing you could do, and it's touch a person's bike. But it's like I said, so I found dispatching then. The second time I'd done it, it was a bit different. But back in the 80s, mid-80s to 90s, I'd done it.
Yeah, no, I mean, that was...
It was...
I mean, one of the things I always think would be interesting to get hold of would be a copy of the Evening Standard, the jobs pages.
Yeah.
That was looking back, was a corker.
Yeah.
Because it was just full. You go through the pages and then
it was.
How it was categorised. But anyway, you just find there were no end of adverts for dispatch riders.
There was hundreds of us.
Yeah, and people, of course, came. I mean, at the moment we're just talking about us as Londoners.
Yeah.
But at that point, when it was also cheap to live in London, there were loads of people coming down from from the rest of the country.
Yeah.
And this would be their first London job.
Yeah.
Come down on their bikes. Hook up with one of the companies.
There were, because you had Edison Lee then, you had CityLink.
Yeah, let's go through the names of
CityLink. CityLink.
CityLink, that went bust.
They did.
Addison Lee, of course, became one of the big...
Was there Angel something? Was it Delta? Yeah, Delta, that's who you was with, wasn't it?
Delta was definitely one of the big ones. It was really Delta and Addison Lee, I think, became the sort of biggest one.
Yeah.
Well, there was the not very good one that I did my apprenticeship with, which was called Yellow Express, which was the equivalent of your Romford one.
Yeah.
Out west in Harrow, this was based. Because I was living in Uxbridge at that point, which is why I signed up. And there were so many of them. Yeah, there was 10 a penny.
And
I'd see a taxi company at Royal London Hospital that was a dispatch. It was a bike.
Yeah, because that's it. That's early days. That's how I started. I went to a cab firm who wanted a biker. Just have 2 bikes for their customers who had letters. But I had done 1 job a day with them. And then hence, my partner then spoke to Graham, who worked for Orient Express. He then went, yeah, we want, and then we went on. But yeah, I mean, I used to have the bag, the dispatch bag. They used to give you the big. I hated wearing it.
You
had the bag. Yeah. I always used to just strap that to my bike because I hated wearing it. I don't like nothing on me, and stuffed all the stuff in there. And we've done some jobs for Kenco with the coffee. And they phoned up one day and gone, he's ruined the coffee because he's got wet. But it's raining. and the governor went, did you put it in your bag? I did, kind of. But it was on the back seat. It wasn't. But I said to the guy, because they made me go back there and explain it. So I popped back in there and I went, it was raining. And
you should have packed it properly.
I'm on a bike. If you wanted that, send it in a van. And Tate and Lyle brought that to a standstill because I posted it was like night time and didn't know there was security, and pushed the part under the door, and some security guy put it in a drawer. Didn't tell no one. Again, I had to go down there, brought the whole production line to a stop because they needed this part. I got it from Wembley, but they found it. And but the things you used to go up to.
Yeah, I remember someone put it. I think it was not infrequent that you'd get back on the radio saying, "Did you deliver it?" And you'd say yes. And actually, the problem was the security guard. Somebody at the delivery end had put it to one side, and it actually got lost there.
Yeah, it's.
I mean, I always sort of admired, I think, in a way, the office workers. They were on the front line of, if you were late, if there was a problem with it, and they'd have to somehow pacify the customer, and the customer generally always has to be right.
Yeah.
Keep your annoyance to yourself. But I was just sort of thinking back to Delta as one of the biggest companies, because I remember towards I don't know when that was. I suppose that was getting on to 485. Because they expanded, they started to develop regional offices.
Yeah, I think I can remember that. Yeah.
And there was one in Kent, and I can remember the guy's name. He was a dispatch rider, that's right, who then crossed over into management. He was called Graham, I remember him. So actually, a lot of the journeys actually did start to get longer because you started to go to stuff like the Kent one for some reason. I seem to do quite a lot. So you kind of go down there and you have a cup of coffee in the Kent office and wait for one of the local Kent to come up with something that needs delivering,
and then you bring it back. Yeah, I suppose that's the way to do it.
And that would actually take you back again. But it'd be interesting. One thing I'd be interested to kind of know a bit more was how they sort of shrank as digital came along. Because that's the point when I was out of it.
Fax machine started it off.
Was it?
When the fax machine came out, they could fax their information over rather than having it.
Faxes.
Yeah, it was the fax start. Then then email.
Late 80s.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think.
Yeah, late 80s, sort of.
Because I mean, for me, that's when I completely left the totally. So I've kind of.
Yeah.
You know, I just had no idea what happened.
It was
visibly on the road. You could see.
Oh, yeah, can you notice the decline?
Yeah, the decline, and then
But it was the fax.
Kind of curious, you know. Delta had a really big office. The guy who started it, who I never met, but apparently was quite a nice guy, and I was told that actually within that office, he was a great music fan, is that he'd actually built a completely soundproof room, so he could enjoy his music, his music side. But it's just kind of how that would have shrunk. As people took over, you know.
And then you had it. Once you had email, fax machine, then email. I think email killed it. Killed a lot of stuff.
Yeah, and then the sort of final days. You know, there must have been a point when, say, Delta Dispatch decided that's it. Where there's this business now dead.
I mean, the second time I did it, I'd done it from a company over just off of Bermondsey, around the back of Bermondsey. And again, it was mostly packages. You got some important letters that really was often wait return because they needed it signed and brought back immediately. Wait return, you had them signed. I used to do that a lot with the law courts. Used to go on a lot of Grazing Road and all that. Done a lot of law court stuff. Usually taking whatever legal documents.
Carrying the legal documents in the red.
Yes.
Red ribbon.
Yeah. Oh, mate, see, it's got something about. Got something about it.
I got to know. I mean, this is coming back to me now because actually, when I walk through London, I will actually go through the law courts.
Yeah.
And I know the way. And I have this sort of slightly warm feeling. I used to park my bike there.
Yeah.
Massive great courtyard.
Because you had the ones off of Fleet Street, and then you had Grazing Road ones.
Yeah.
And again, you don't know. You felt something when you was going in, and all you see these people with wigs on and their gowns going to court and all that. And
now there's a lot of social history in this because Delta had the contract for TVAM when TVAM opened in Camden Town.
Yeah.
I remember that.
With the signs,
So exciting.
And that weird shaped building of theirs.
Yeah, and we'd always, you know, that would be the place to hang out. You just go and, in fact, the controller would say, that's right, just go to TVAM because you knew, you know, every 10, 15 minutes there was something coming out of TVAM.
This is what I mean. When you did a lot with history. So I used to pick up at the BBC over West End, the television centre, take a DVD to some guy's home who used to work for the Sun, used to look at that week's EastEnders and write a review. And that was weekly, because he used to do it on the omnibus Sunday hour-long thing or something. And I used to do that weekly. So from out of television centre down to, I think it was Fulham. And I'd give him the DVD, and he used to write a column on it.
You know, that's how triggered a memory for me. We had, this is all mostly Delta. No, we had a similar kind of job to that came out something like twice a week. And it was from, where was it from? I think it was a news agency possibly it was in Fleet Street. But the thing about the job was that you had to get the document to Heathrow within about an hour and 10 minutes. To get a plane to go to the Middle East. And it was a really high pressure job. You had to get that. And I think that's the only times I probably started to drive a bit more dangerously than I would. But I can remember when I had it, and if you're a bit behind because they were behind giving it to you in the first place. And I can remember just going down the M4, actually with my headlights blazing, just feeling like the police. Out the way, flashing my headlights. I wouldn't do that now, just to try and get people out the way because I had to get it to the airport.
Yeah.
And that was a twice a week job that went on. I reckon that must have gone on for a couple of years, or at least until I left. That's right. I've got to remember. Slowly, I'll remember the recesses of my mind. Where we collected that from. But it was some just strange publishing deadline for the company in the Middle East. They just had to get this one particular flight.
Yeah.
And it was a really absolutely short time slip between Fleet Street and getting it on that plane.
Wow, yeah, so it's just things like that second to none of. I mean, I'm sure it still goes on with things like that in a different way, but then it was you've got to get it here and you've got to do this and
and other things, sort of national event things was the Murdoch strike.
Yeah.
The Murdoch strike. What do we call it? I don't know what we call it now. In Wapping.
Wapping, yeah.
Whether or not Delta gave you the choice if you wanted to cross the picket line.
I've always crossed the picket line because always have done.
I think I didn't. I think I said I don't want to. But I remember just driving around there, and probably just stopping off just to have a look.
Yeah.
And that really was quite a striking event. Seeing
because you was involved within the city, so you got.
Well, I remember, of course, the other thing. I remember from that. Proper Fleet Street.
Yeah.
The little alleyways, the Daily Mirror and things, and the Telegraph, and the Express building, which with that black glass on.
Yeah.
I think the facade is actually there. So that was the old days of Fleet Street, but also other old days of things like. I think this conversation, but things like Red Star, British Rail Red Star.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
There was one. I think it was Euston where you had to go up a long ramp.
Yeah, that's it.
To actually get to the Red Star. And
you
that
did.
Was just a completely.
I remember going up and thinking, this is a bit dicey going up here. Yeah, I remember that.
So and you get that on the radio. Such and such a company has got a Red Star to use.
Oh, and you used to go, oh no,
I
don't want to go in there. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I remember that.
And that I don't know when that died out. Overtaken obviously by road transport. But also, actually, that was a good system to have packages sent by rail and then collected by the customer at the other end.
Yeah, I remember doing a few of them. Yeah, I've forgotten about that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you remember going up and there was dark place, and then you went to the counter. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, because sometimes you used to pick up from there as well and take it to wherever.
Oh, yeah, and the other way around.
But, it's I don't think I could do it now. I probably could. But, if it came out again, I would do it. I would love to do it again.
I'll do it. I could conceive doing it if the level of traffic is what it was in the 80s. But I have to say now, this is what partly puts me off getting a bike again. It's the traffic is just so heavy.
We're always looking, aren't we? Our eyes and ears are everywhere. You are as a biker.
You have to, yeah.
But it's even more now. You're just, you're on tenterhooks all the time. You're looking around you because people are nutters. They will just come across and do this, do that. And I've noticed it as well, this thing at people up your backside, as if they're trying to drive through you. I'm not slow by any means, but I like to pick my speed for the situation. Don't always need to be doing 50 mile an hour. I actually do 30 now and again. But I'm getting people doing it, even uptown doing 20. People are trying to drive through you because you're going too slow for them. That's what I find I don't like at the moment. It's there up your backside. The other week I was coming down the 127 from Southend. Geezer was up my backside. And in the end, I slowed down and I'm doing this, waving behind me to go back off. And I was doing 70 and he's up my backside. I'm thinking, I can't go no faster than the vehicle in front. And why are you so close?
There's a lot of it. There seems to be more impatience.
Oh, yeah. That is it. The impatient, people will come out of turnings more than they've ever done.
And also undercutting,
Yeah.
undertaking.
Yeah.
I shouted at this cyclist. I mean, electric cyclist. It's basically an electric motorbike.
It is, yeah.
I was just about to just go a little bit more into the curve, and this.
Yeah. It's actually, although
He did stop at the lights, I think. I just said, don't ever undertake that. Never. Don't even think about doing that. It's just so dangerous.
Yeah. Yeah, but they don't seem to care. They don't, or don't realise what the situation could be.
They just don't realise. I mean, this guy just looked at me.
Yeah.
And started swearing at me like some people. Tend to be more calm.
Yeah, they still don't like us. They still don't like us going down the white line and all that. Some people get out of the way.
That's what I was saying. No, one of the differences from the 80s, which was thanks, I think, to Boris Johnson, was of course allowing motorbikes to go on bus lanes.
Yeah.
Because in our day, of course, it was no vehicles at all.
No. Yeah.
That's about the only good thing Boris Johnson did, I think.
I think that's brilliant. Yeah.
Bus lanes.
But I live in Dagenham. Around Barking and Dagenham, you've got 2 that you can go in. All the rest you can't. They haven't made it mandatory, like to allow you in it. They haven't got the sign up.
You've got bus lanes where you can't.
There's a couple just off the A13 going towards Dagenham. I don't know if you know where the blue lights are.
No, I don't.
You come down there, you can go in that bus lane, but coming the other way, there's a Lodge Avenue, there's a bus lane now coming towards the A13. You're not allowed to go in there because I've been done for going in there. You think, there's one there I'm allowed to go in, but this one I can't.
I just assumed that,
it's not
within the whole. I don't know.
No, it's not a blanket thing. It's per London, City of London, all that. Yeah, it's sort of mandatory is the wrong word, but it's a blanket thing. You're allowed to go in. But it's council wide. It depends on the council.
It's because it's that difference, isn't it, between roads that councils are responsible for, and the roads. I suppose basically the 3 roads that.
I think being allowed to go in the bus lane is superb. Why not?
No. I mean, it's worked fine.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah.
I mean, it's not blocking the buses.
No, sometimes I forget, and then I'm going, "What am I doing?" And then I get in the bus lane because I forget. But yeah, it's I think everywhere because truly, how many buses actually go down there in a day is not that many. Or it depends on the frequency of the route. But you being in that bus lane isn't going to hurt.
Yeah, no, it was.
And I think that's
It was. Yeah.
But yeah, love it. I would like to do it again.
Yeah. Am I going to get another motorbike?
Come on.
Well, I was just saying, I was doing. I've started looking.
No, if you get one, I'm going to feel really guilty.
It will be your doing. It will be your doing. No, I mean, I've become a fan of Facebook Marketplace.
Right.
So I keep looking at bikes on there.
Would you get a newish one or get an old favourite?
Well, that's just kind of up for grabs, really.
Yeah, something that half decent that is not.
I have been thinking. I mean, actually, I do like the retro bikes, actually, but I think I probably wouldn't get one because I feel I don't want to. I feel somehow retro is not being that adventurous. So
yeah,
I think I might just get a kind of bike that I've not had before.
Yeah, but you get what you need, didn't you?
Or I might. Or I think my preferred period. I think this is key for me. Is I quite like basically something of that age of the CX, which is kind of nice and reliable. Over that period when motorbikes weren't particularly reliable, but these British ones weren't at that point.
No, they weren't.
They did go through a bit of a bad period.
Yeah.
And without too much digital, I like the idea of not having too much digital interference.
I'm sure.
I think there's a sort of golden year, probably between about, I don't know.
I'd say mid-80s. Yeah, mid-80s to 90s, yeah. That sort of 10-year possibly, so say like 85 to 95.
Yeah, I think that's... So I think I'd be looking at a period, probably.
Yeah.
And then just...
there's some wonderful bikes back then.
Yeah. And also, they're such good value. And some of them seem to be really well looked after and low usage. People have just had them and not used them very much.
If money was no object, I'd have a place like this full of them. Take different one out every day. Because people go to me.
I've also got to think about vintage cars. Actually, I do like vintage cars for some reason. I think it's a childhood thing. I did for a while, so I seemed to fall off their mailing list. There's this company. opposite car company. I don't know if you've come across it, whereby they actually have their own collection of cars.
All right.
So you pay a membership fee, which I think is quite expensive. It's like $5,000 a year. But you could then book a car.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, they do that for bikes.
I didn't know. How do you do it for bikes? Yeah.
God, don't.
So I did go to visit them, thinking about membership. At that point, they were in Clerkenwell, and they'd actually taken over one of the old garages.
Yeah.
No, they'd moved from there. No, that's right. No, at this point, they were in a council estate, and they rented this enormous underground car park.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Walk down there, all these old cars, all parked, all waiting to be taken out by members. So I stayed on their mailing list. So every week they give a sort of a like last minute.
Yeah.
They'd be saying, this car is left. If you want this for the weekend, there's an SK Jaguar and a this and a that and an Austin Healey and little reviews of the cars, and they let you know when they're actually buying yet another car to add to the collection. And I really enjoyed that. I thought I'd love to do that.
There's a seed of an idea.
$5,000 a year to hire a car.
Yeah.
Once or twice a year. It's probably a bit low now. But yeah, to do that with bikes.
Yeah, get some of the old classics and get like a CX and Suzuki Katana and things like that, the old sort of different bikes were different then, weren't they? They were quirky and they were all different. And
well, I think that was a particular thing with the old cars. I remember once reading a really nice writer describing the old cars as being like having having family uncles. Aunties and uncles.
Yeah. Yeah, because they're all the same now. They all look the same. They'll do the same.
Yeah.
They're all
in
sterile.
Those old ones, they did sort of have their own.
All character. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And then you get in and you smell leather and wood.
Yeah, they're just totally different.
Blimey.
Thank you for talking with me.
Well,
thank you for reminiscing.
That has been a huge pleasure.
It's,
I mean, what will happen now is because that stirred up those memory cells. Yeah, I'm sure I'm think of it.
I'm going to feel guilty now.
That's the day wears on. And when I actually get another motorbike, I should be blaming you.
I'll be staring across a bit of the water going, it's your fault. You're going, oh no, not really. Oh, what a wonderful step down memory lane that was. I love doing that. That was probably, apart from what I'm doing now, been my favouriteest job ever. Like as I said in the podcast, I found it romantic. It was whizzing around, and you sort of had a knight in shining armour type vibe going on with all the people in the offices, and you turning up. You was kind of this hero dropping packages off, and also deemed as a complete head case, for want of a better word, because of whizzing around and around London. But yeah, that's so wonderful talking to Stephen about that. Even though this is all about art, it was from a different perspective from an artist. Some artists don't like to discuss their work. In trying to talk to different people, I've discovered that some people are shy about discussing their work. I'm a little bit like that, but I'm changing. And just quite happy to do their art and to let it show itself rather than to discuss all about it, which is fine. But it was such an amazing thing that you know somebody and then all of a sudden either of you say something and you find out that there's more to you in common with each other than you know. But yeah, love it. What can I say? We're sort of heading towards the finale of season 1, which will end on episode 30. So we've got 2 to go. So please listen to episode 29 in 2 weeks' time or so, with another wonderful artist who agreed to chat with me. Thank you. And that was It's Art at the end of the day.